So, first is bond, a fixed income instrument that represents a loan made by an investor to borrower or just a typical corporate or a government. So, in bonds, there are advantages and disadvantages of bonds. So, first, we're gonna read first the advantages. So, received income through the interest payments. Hold the bond to maturity and get all your principal back. You can profit if you resell the bond at the higher price. So, we have to read the disadvantages. Bonds pay out lower returns than stocks. Companies can default on your bonds, and lastly is bond yields can fall. So in bonds, there are also a government bond. It is a debt security issued by a government to support government spending and obligations. So there are types of government bonds. So the first type of government bond is namely joint bond. It is a bond sold with guarantee of the payment of principal and interest by at least two parties. So the second is Series I bond. It is a non-marketable interest-bearing U.S. government savings bond that earns a combined fixed interest rate and variable inflation rate, or adjusted similarly. So the third government bond is called bond yield. The annual rate of return on a bond expressed as a percentage of the bondholder's invested capital. So lastly is the performance bond. It is a financial guarantee to one party in a contract against the failure of the other party to meet its obligations. So why I-bonds might be good investment? Number 1. I-bonds are a great inflation hedge. Whenever inflation is up, then the rate is up. Number 2. 3% to 5% potential return for an investment guaranteed by the federal government is pretty good. Number 3. I-bonds are exempt from state and local taxes, but you do have to pay federal taxes. They may also be entirely tax exempt if they are used to pay for qualified higher education. Lastly is their value can never go below zero. So in our country right now, there are a lot of questions about or what are the differences between bonds and stocks. So bonds is issues of debt, while stocks is issues of a stake of ownership in a company. Then debt that is made with an investor for cash in exchange for payouts of interest, while stocks a claim to a company assets and earnings that often gives an investor voting rights and pays dividends. While bonds also is typically traded over the counter or OTC, while stocks is typically traded through a central exchange like NYSE. Generally lower risk or lower reward, and while stocks is generally higher risk and higher reward. So since 1929 have earned around 6% each year, while stocks is since 1929 have earned around 10% cash each year and can be made as corporate municipal of treasury bonds, while stocks are issued by companies at the stock exchange and IPOs.